Much better. Yeah, I like 12 inches.
Don't you dare.
That's not going anywhere. Oh no, I grabbed the wrong board. This is a 10 foot, not a 12 foot. Oh, okay. Damn it. Did I just dodge a bullet here? I was sticking my hand all up in there. There might be a wasp nest or a hornet's nest in there, because there's a lot of these guys flying around. They don't look happy. Wow, I was just sticking my hand in there. That would have been a bad day. I think I see them. They're like right inside the crack between those two little cripple studs. Looks like I need to get some kind of bug spray or something. Add it to the list. You might remember I bought a bunch of these drip edges, and I started putting some of the drip edges up, and you might also remember I kind of hated it. And it just didn't feel right. I've got this big, bulky building, and then I had these dinky little I don't know, 1.5 or 2 inch pieces of drip edging on there, and it didn't feel right. It wasn't even covering what I needed it to cover, because if you remember, I've got exterior insulation on the roof. I've got about 1.5 inches of furring strips, because I've got the rain screens coming parallel with the roof, and then perpendicular to the roof I have all of the purlins. So I've just got a lot of stuff up there. You know, there's probably a good 2+ inches of just stuff, and that's just to get down to the sheathing, let alone trying to get up and over the underlayment, and then on top of the fascia and subfascia and all that stuff. So there's just a lot of stuff up there, and this didn't even come close. And so I was just gonna leave it off and go with just the subfascia, and who knows, I might still, but I skipped on Lowe's today, and I went to the old depot and I found something else. Look at this guy. Look at the size of that drip edge. Come on. This is a man's drip edge. This right here, this is a little boy's drip edge. So we're gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna see if it covers all of the, you know, materials that I want it to cover. If it does, obviously this is unpainted, so we're gonna have to cut it to fit, get it painted so that I can start installing those, because I can't even think about putting the roof sheets on until obviously the drip edge goes in first. But before I can do any of that, I have to finish the fascia work that I started. There's not much left to do. Let me show you. As you can tell, the fascia is installed, but I left them long so that I can come back and cut it nice and flush to the fascia that is now running along here. Obviously I got to do the same over there. I also went ahead and finished up all the fascia on this side, but that's pretty much it for now. I'm going to get all my equipment, get it all out, measure that drip edging up there, see if it covers everything that I want it to cover. Of course, the sun comes out as soon as I get here. It was a nice overcast day, but you guys, thanks for sticking it out with me through all these videos. I realize I'm not getting a whole lot done. As you know, I've been working on this thing for, I don't know, probably like 9+ months now. Just weekend warrior style. If this is the first time you've seen any of these videos, then now you know. I'm trying to keep a playlist together as I put these videos out, so you could go back and check all of those. But anyways, I just want to say thank you to anybody who is a new subscriber, and yeah, share, tell your friends, hit the like button, comment down below, all that good stuff. That's what YouTube wants to see. All right, thanks guys. You know, these Japanese pull saws, they're kind of cool, but because they're so flexible, sometimes they're really hard to work with, especially with wet wood like this. These are pressure treated, by the way. All right. One down, 3 to go. I'm already sweating. Man, working these things is it's not easy. But I will say it is, because it's so flexible, you're better off. It really is good for more flush cutting, kind of like what I was doing here, except the problem with this wood is it's so wet, it gums up the teeth, and it gets to be hard to pull. And this is all construction lumber, it's not like fine furniture lumber, so as you're cutting, the tension of the wood starts to bind, so you kind of have to pull down and then cut, but then you also got to keep pressure so that you can get a nice flush cut. It's a lot of things. It's nice though, I really like it, and it's kind of peaceful, you know. Like I could have gotten a oscillating blade to do this work, but man, those things just sound. So when I'm out here working on the farm, being one with nature, it's kind of nice sometimes to just use hand tools. I'm nervous, guys. Wish me luck. I'm gonna take care of these wasps while I still remember about them and I don't just get so busy that I end up on the roof sticking my hand under there again. So wish me luck. I don't know, I think I just made him mad. I'm trying to get it on them. A lot of them are flying away, which I'm fine. Go make a nest somewhere else. I'm working over here. We'll see. I'll leave it the way it is. We'll come back later. If there's any still around here, we'll hit them again. All right, let's test this thing. Yep, I think that's gonna work. It covers a little bit of the fascia. It covers up all of the rain screen and all of this stuff. And then the sheathing is gonna come right over that. Yeah, this is good. This is good. But first, I have to measure it out, cut it, shape it, paint it, then I can put it on. I got a long ways to go. I'll see how far I get, and then I'll show you guys the progress. Let's hope the rain holds out. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry a little bit before I try to put it up. It's all bent and measured and ready to tack in. In the meantime, while I'm waiting on that, I'm gonna do the other side. You saw me when I was first test fitting it. Let me pick up the camera. You saw me when I was first test fitting it. I'm doing these pieces for the two sides that go that all of the polycarbonate roofing goes in between. So there's going to be a little bit of metal on this side, then polycarbonate, and then a little bit of metal on the other side. And so I'm going to go ahead and start on this. I want to probably start on this roof first because this is the hardest one. I'm hoping I'm going to get through all of the frustrations and everything on this side, and then the back side, which is just a straight, you know, sheet of roof, I can just go, and hopefully it's going to go a lot smoother on that side. But there's a lot of overcast clouds. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any roofing today, but I'm certainly going to be getting all of this stuff ready. We're getting so close, guys. I'm getting excited. I'm probably like 2 months away from really being done from this thing, but I've been working on this for a year. Look at me. Okay. I don't really have like metal roofing tools. There's special pliers and all kinds of stuff you can do for metal bending. I don't really have any of that stuff. I'm just sort of bending this by hand, but again, I'm not building a house here. It's a greenhouse. If my edges aren't razor sharp, I'm not gonna cry about it. But that doesn't mean I don't try to at least make it as nice as possible. I do have these shears that I bought. They're just little manual hand shears. I used this when I did the metal roofing on the chicken coop. If you want to see a whole playlist on how I built the chicken coop, you can check that out on my channel as well. Usually after using shears, you could run a file on this to round it over because there are some little barbs and stuff that could hurt you. If you don't have that, you know, again, be careful. I also use a little hammer just to kind of flatten it back out again, because sometimes the shears tend to twist the metal as it's cutting through it. I also use a razor blade to sort of score it, and it makes it a little bit easier to bend right there. I don't know if this is like what you're supposed to do. It works for me though. Just put a couple good scores on there, not too hard. You'll actually cut right through it if you do it too much. And it just softens it up just enough for me to be able to bend that. Let me think about this. On this side, this guy's gonna go all the way down because the polycarbonate is here and I can't leave this open. So I'm rolling it over just to have a nice rounded edge. On the other side, I'm leaving them sort of at 45 angles to each other because that's going to be hanging off the gable end. But this side I have to terminate. There we go. I'm gonna go test fit this thing. Hopefully it's fitting, and then paint him, and hopefully the other one should be dry enough that I can at least touch it, and that'll be enough for me to start tacking it in. While I'm up here, this should give you a more clear vision of what I'm talking about. You have the fascia. This comes over the fascia now, which that shorter one did not, because we have all of this material. Actually, let me get this out of the way. We have all of this material here. We have the underlayment, we have the foam. This is a 3/4 inch foam, then another 1x rain screen, then another 1x purlin, to where the metal roofing is going to attach to and come down over top of this purlin where this is now sitting. So it's going to look like a traditional roof now, where you have the roof and then immediately underneath it is the rain, or excuse me, not the rain screen, but the drip edge. It's working out. This is absolutely ridiculous. I have these panels inside the building. They're not even safe inside the building. They get crapped on. Oh my God.